a fire from the sky to refine the beauty.
Few people managed to captivate an audience with as much charm as Cakra Khan did at his audition for the latest season of America's Got Talent. Judges and viewers alike sat bewitched as Cakra sang not one, but almost 2 songs to perfection in his unique voice, leading him to the show's next round. Being an international singer with the support of a large fan base already behind him, it was no doubt exciting to see how his experience helped him in the show moving forward. The sweet singer was asked a few questions by the judges before his audition, but there's still a lot about him that's shrouded in mystery. Join us as we uncover what AGT didn't tell you about Cakra Khan.
Oh, little darling, don't shed no tears, yeah. No woman, no cry.
It's always interesting to see internationally established singers make their debut at a show like America's Got Talent, where both amateurs and experienced artists get the opportunity to reach global audiences. Such is the case for Cakra Khan, who is by no means new to music. This talented singer from his first note at his AGT audition made it clear that his voice was worth listening to, and one that has been actively adored by the Indonesian public for years. Born in Jakarta, Indonesia in 1992, Chandra Satria Khan has made a name for himself in the Indonesian entertainment industry as both an actor as well as a singer to look out for with his stage name Cakra Khan. When asked about his early interest in music, Cakra shared that he initially discovered his passion through the dangdut musical style. Dangdut is a genre of Indonesian folk music that blends various local music traditions, including Hindustani, Arabic, and Malaysian influences. This interest eventually led young Cakra to showcase his talent at various musical events, such as wedding ceremonies and local competitions. However, life's journey isn't always smooth, and he candidly revealed an incident from his younger days where he had food thrown at him on stage during one of these events. This naturally made young Cakra want to quit singing entirely. But, thanks to his older brothers, he was able to find the strength to keep going. Looking at where he is now, all we can say is that we're happy he decided to listen to his brothers. By 5th grade, Cakra had started studying traditional music in the form of practicing on Cakra, a ukulele-like instrument for a style of music that's specific to Indonesia. The instrument is named after the sound it produces, and it was evident at this point that Cakra's skill with the Cakra should not go unnoticed. This is why, when he reached junior high, Cakra started a band, and this is also when he recalls noticing a change in his voice. He claims that his musical influences at the time were mainly jazz, blues, and some more serious genres, and it was because of his experimentation that he was allowed to forge his own musical identity, one that he's able to profit off to this day. Cakra's musical career may not have officially started until he released his first single, but his childhood interest in music is definitely a huge factor in his musical success so far. To further hone in on his talents, he attended the Bandung School for Music. For Cakra, even though he had nurtured his passion for music, the path to achieving national fame was far from easy. His journey was marked by several twists and turns of its own. Luckily for him, Cakra possessed the ability to do exceptionally well in singing competitions. In a national competition show, Cakra finally found the opportunity to showcase his musical talent and build a fan base of his own. In 2012, after attending an audition session, Cakra was signed as a musician with the My Music record label, and finally allowed to release official music. Mid-2012, Cakra had already released his debut single, Harus Tapisa. The song resonated with a lot of people and became a popular track, and even stayed the top track in Indonesia for a short while. But the song hadn't just taken over Indonesia. Cakra's incredible vocals and singing ability impressed fans in Malaysia as well. And before you knew it, Cakra was winning accolades and awards, including 3 Anagara Music Indonesia Awards, that is, Indonesian Music Awards, including Best Pop Song. He also won 3 Anagara Planet Music Awards in Singapore and established himself as a rising star to look out for. This incredible response to his first single led to Cakra releasing another song, Setelah Kau Tiada, which was another immediate hit with his fans. Cakra later released a whole debut album. Although the self-titled album was only sold in KFC, it paved the way for Cakra to expand his musical horizons. Cakra started making notable advancements in his musical career, and little by little, the young singer had started to lean into his own style. By 2013, he'd also released a religious single, Opera Tuhan, a track that was received really well by his fans, and participated in the original soundtrack for the Indonesian movie Bidadari Bidadari Saga. In 2014, Cakra Khan was finally presented with the opportunity to collaborate and duet with Indonesia's most famous singer, Dato Siti Nurhaliza. As Siti was one of Cakra's singing idols, this opportunity was as shocking as it was motivating. Siti has in the past collaborated with really big names such as Krisdayanti, Dato SM Salim, and Hafiz Suib, and chose to collaborate with Cakra because she was impressed by his voice and talent. The two released the hit song Silara Sinta as part of a Malaysian movie, Suamiko Engkik Perfect 10. This duet earned them both an award for Best Duo in Anagura Planet Music in 2014. The next year, he released the single Kau Memelil Dia, another hit that instantaneously earned him the nomination for Best Song at the 2016 Anagura Planet Music. He also worked on music for movies like Bebe Romeo's Signature, which earned him further critical acclaim. In the years since, he's performed at many live shows and built a steady audience of fans who are willing to support the singer throughout his journey. He already boasts a large following on Instagram with a whopping 581,000 followers, and on Twitter, where he is fairly active. He started working on music that wasn't primarily Indonesian fairly recently. Though, as we've seen with the rise of K-pop in recent years, international singers aren't necessarily hindered by language barriers all that much anymore. This brings us to Cakra Khan's decision to audition for America's Got Talent Season 18. Naturally, Cakra's decision begs the question of why. Why would an established singer like Cakra Khan decide to audition for a show meant for people looking to start their careers? You'd think the soulful singer would have had enough of reality shows for a whole lifetime. But there are a few reasons why artists with a pretty large following of their own choose to go on shows like America's Got Talent. The most obvious reason has to be exposure. Perhaps this was Cakra's cleverly devised strategy to increase his fan following and appeal to a newer audience in a different country. And this strategy has worked out for many, but as it turns out, Cakra's reasons for auditioning for America's Got Talent were a bit more meaningful. In a post on his social media accounts, Cakra posted about being nervous for AGT and asking for prayers and well wishes from his fans. In the same message, he urged his fans' followers to watch the show and support his talent. Cakra also admitted that he wanted to partake in the show specifically because he wanted to fulfill the dream of his late father, who wanted him to compete in the show. He did also admit that while he'd much prefer not to do singing competitions again because they remind him of just starting out in music, he does hope to go international in his time on the show. Given that his brand is centered around growth, evolution, and experimentation, his decision aligns perfectly with his vision and values. That said, his start on the show has been an interesting one so far. By the time one reaches the 18th season of a show like America's Got Talent, it's hard to imagine that anything new could take place. And yet, time and time again, contestants on the show have proven how diverse talent can be, even when it's the same talent. Cakra's audition was one of the most interesting ones on the show, as he was asked to redo his performance at the behest of Simon Cowell, no less. Starting with his stunning rendition of Make It Rain, Cakra was stopped by Judge Simon Cowell, who asked him if he'd prepared another song that he could perform since he did like his voice, just not that particular track. Thankfully, Cakra Khan had come prepared and happily obliged with a cover of Bob Marley's No Woman No Cry, a rendition so impressive that it moved his audience to a standing ovation. Heidi Klum commented on the unique raspiness of his voice and complimented it for how memorably it stood out. Simon called it rare and artistically captivating. Unsurprisingly, it was yes across the board for Cakra Khan, who made it to the next round of the show, the Judge Cuts. After the performance, the singer took to his Instagram to express his heartfelt gratitude for the support of his fans and the Indonesian public. Now, we don't necessarily know where exactly Cakra Khan's America's Got Talent journey will take him, but we're extremely excited to find out.